Hello everybody, thanks for stopping by Gregsbeerreviews today. Let's take a walk and go see what's in the fridge today. Hi everybody, thanks for stopping by Gregsbeerreviews today. I don't know if this is going to be a treat or not. This is Southern Tier's Blackwater Series Warlock, which is an Imperial Stout brewed with pumpkins and natural flavors. I'm not a big fan when I see natural flavors or artificial this or anything like that, because I like I like beers that are made with natural. I won't say natural ingredients, which is if it's a spicy beer with nutmeg and all that stuff, and not anything artificial. So the natural flavors, they just say natural flavors. They don't say what they're putting in the beer. So, and I've read a few things about this. A lot of my subscribers have said this is good, and what they think is good may not be what I think is good, because beer tastes are subjective. A lot of people love the pumpkin, and I do not. I mean, I think it tastes like stale buttery popcorn to me. So I hope this one is not going to be close enough to that where I'm not going to like it. I've tried that pumpkin twice, and I do not like it. It's got an off flavor to me. It's too sweet. It's too buttery. It's just too. So hopefully this will be a little more subdued. So we're going to find out. So let's get on with this one. This is brewed by Southern Tier Brewery, and they're out of Lakewood, New York. American Double Imperial Stout at 8.60 ABV. It says the commercial notes is Imperial Stout brewed with pumpkins. Warlock is brewed to enchant your palate on its own, and also counterpoint our Imperial Ale, Pumpkin. Make your own black magic by carefully pouring this Imperial Stout into a goblet. I don't have the goblet. I'm going to use a dual glass for this. I do have a goblet back there, but I'm not going to dig it out for this one beer. This is what I use for the stouts and the big porters and stuff that I want to enhance the aromas on. This is the glass that I use. It says, dark and mysterious, the Blackwater series is serious about high gravity. Reanimate your senses with Warlock's huge roasted malt character, moderate carbonation, and spicy pumpkin pie aroma. So, looking forward to this. I have not seen it around until I went on the last beer run, and they had this. So I said, I'm gonna stop here and pick one of these up. So I did. I'm hoping it's going to be a real nice pumpkin beer. I haven't done a lot of pumpkin beers this year because I've done most of them already. And I have not done this one. I have not seen it anywhere. So this is the first time I've seen it, so I picked up a bottle. I'm hoping I'm going to like it, because I do not like the pumpkin. A lot of people love it, think it's the best thing since sliced bread. I am not in that crowd. Like I said, the glassware is the dual glass. You could also use pint glass, a becker, the tumbler, oversized wine glass, or the goblet. And the beer can be settled for long periods under the proper conditions, it says. So being an 8.6, almost 9% beer, I would probably agree with that. I don't think it's going to be a hop forward beer. So if it's too boozy for you, you could settle this one for a year or two, and it would probably calm down a little bit. So like I said, not having it before, we're going to go ahead and get on with this one. I don't think there's anything else other than the food pairings. And it says the cheeses are the buttery brie, Gouda, Havarti, Swiss. And since it is a stout, it goes well with your chocolate dishes. And the meat for this is beef, smoked meat, game, and grilled meat. So that about covers everything. I don't think there's anything else we need to discuss on this beer. So without further ado, let's get it into the glass. Let's go down the center on this one. Alright, this is a bomber. It's a 22 ouncer on that aggressive pour. We got a good finger of head on that. Over into the light. It is a rich, dark, deep red color. I can see the bulb through it. but it is a pretty deep red burgundy color. And looking closely at it, there are quite a bit of bubbles streaming up, reinforcing the head. Looks pretty good in the glass. Doesn't look like a stout to me, and it says an Imperial Stout. It looks more like an Imperial Porter, because most of the stouts you cannot see through, and I see light through this one. So this reminds me more of a porter than it does a stout, looking at the color of it. So let's get a nose on it. And it has very similar qualities to the pumpkin. I am getting a lot of pumpkin in this. A lot of spices in there too. Nutmeg, cinnamon, allspice, maybe even some ginger in there. Smells like a subdued pumpkin to me. It's not quite as loud as a pumpkin is. Pumpkin is just in your face. This doesn't quite have that in your face, but it's like a watered down version as far as the aroma to me as a pumpkin is. It does smell like pumpkin pie though. I mean, it really, really does. More so than the pumpkin does to me. Not quite as buttery smelling to me as a pumpkin is. It smells very good in the glass. Maybe just a hint of chocolate in there too. Well, it's not overwhelming smell like the pumpkin is to me, and that's a good thing as far as I'm concerned. Just my opinion. Oh well, let's give it a taste and see if it's worthy. Like I said, what I may like or dislike, you may be just the opposite, because beer is subjective. Like I said, a lot of people love pumpkin. I'll stand in line to get that stuff, and I wouldn't walk across the room to get any other, because it doesn't taste good to me. It's just too buttery. So I hope this is not. Cheers. Very reminiscent of the pumpkin. To me, it tastes like a watered down version of the pumpkin, which is probably better for me since I did not like the pumpkin so much. Much easier to drink, in my opinion, than the pumpkin is. Pumpkin is just over the top to me. 5 years from now, I may love it. When I first got into reviewing beers, a lot of the beers that I drink now, I thought they were overpowering. You know, like Dogfish 90 and some of the Imperials and a lot of the beers that were 10% and above. My palate just couldn't handle it. It was just, I don't like it. It's just too this or too that. This is not that bad. Now, it's cold right out of the fridge. It may change as it warms up. And when I come back, I may not like it after it's warmed up. But then again, it may not. It may be just as good then. So, to me, I like this much better than the pumpkin. Yes, this is more tolerable to my palate than the pumpkin is. To me, this is like pumpkin pie in a glass. Well, I hope it doesn't change too much. We're going to share the other half of this with the other half and see what she thinks. I like this. I don't know if it's quite to the A category, but we're going to let it warm up and see. So stick around. Let's see where this one ends up. Alright guys, I'm back. Got just a little left here. I really like this beer. This is like a lighter version of their pumpkin, which was a little too strong for my palate. I felt like it was too buttery, way over the top as far as everything. Not a balanced beer, but this one is. It's not dark like a stout usually is. It's more like a porter. I mean, I can see light through the beer, which most of the stouts you cannot. So I enjoyed this one. This would be my choice over the pumpkin. So let's do the final chug. I could definitely see me buying this beer again. Whereas I will not buy another pumpkin because it's just too over the top to me. It's not a balanced beer. It's too sweet, too buttery. It's not pleasurable to drink to me. I mean, and a lot of people love it. Like I said earlier, it's a lot of people's favorites pumpkin beer. I mean, it's at the top of their list, which it is not on my list at all. So I would buy this beer again. It's pretty tasty. I would give this beer. I don't think it's got a date on it. It may have something digitized on it somewhere. I know it's this year's edition, but it doesn't have anything that I can see written on the label or digitized anywhere on the bottle. So unless I'm missing something, I do not see it. I do not see anything written on the bottle anywhere. That would be my only fuss. I would probably give this beer a 9 for a pumpkin beer if it had a date on it. Of course, being a 8.6, it's not that critical, but I would like to have a year printed on it somewhere, just so we know, what year was put in the bottle. So, not having the date on it, it's going to cost them a point. So, I'm going to give it an 8, which is an A-. I still think it's an A beer. I really enjoyed this one, whereas I did not enjoy the pumpkin that much. This is a lighter version of pumpkin. I still get a lot of the same characteristics and taste that I get in the pumpkin. It's just not over the top to me. So I enjoyed this one a lot more, guys. We're going to leave it at that. Let's go see what the other guys say. We'll go over to Beer Advocate first, and Beer Advocate says 89, which is in a very good range. That's pretty close to what I would give it. I may have it a notch or two above that in the A category, where the 89 I would consider a B+. So let's go over to Rate Beer, and Rate Beer is pretty pleased with the overall ratings. They give it a 98, but they notch it down to 70 in the style. And I don't know whether it's too light for the style, being more transparent and not a thicker mouthfeel and thicker in color. I would say, like I said, that it doesn't appear to be as dark as most stouts are. This is more like a porter to me. So I would classify this as Warlock and Imperial Porter instead of an Imperial Stout. So guys, if you had this one, give me some comments back on this one, whether you liked it, didn't like it. I liked it a lot better than pumpkin. So as always, rate, comment, subscribe, hit the like button, and let's go check out and see what's in the fridge tomorrow. See everybody there.